A new study shows a positive impact in the battle against domestic violence in teens and young adults.
It has to do with the Healthy Relationship Program being used in some middle and high schools. Here this morning is Dr. Jeff Temple, director of the Center for Violence Prevention at UTMB Health. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, you talk about the 3 R's sometimes, writing, reading, arithmetic, but not the 4th R, relationships, and that's what's getting to be talked about more in schools. What is this program?
It is, and thank you so much for having me. It is, so basically we teach kids everything from science and reading and music and athletics, but we don't teach them probably the most important skill, relationships. And so this program actually gives them advice on how to break up with someone, how to apologize to someone, how to resolve conflicts in a non-violent way. So it gives them the skills to do this, and how we do it, how we learn otherwise is pretty terrible, right? I mean, by trial and error, or watching our peers, or no offense here, but the media, and it, you know, so this is a program that has real in school practice and role plays that when they get in these situations in real life, they've already done it.
Yeah, and if they don't have those positive role models, they're in trouble of how to pull it off. Who else involved in the program?
Yeah, so this was this particular study was schools throughout the Houston area, 24 middle schools, about 2,500 students, and about half those students in 12 schools received just a normal health curriculum, and the other students received this 4th R intervention. We've been studying it since 2018 and have shown that it works, that it prevents violence.
Wow.
So did you look at students who had already had a violent episode, or you were looking at students across the board in healthy relationships and in non-healthy relationships?
Both actually. So in one study we looked at just universal, all the kids, and we found that it effectively prevented violence over a year. In another study, we looked at those kids who are already in violent relationships and looked at whether or not it prevented the re-perpetration over 3 years, and we found that it did indeed do so.
And as you mentioned, it's not at every school, but quite a few of them. So what is your advice for parents so that they can be instilling these values in their children as well? I feel a lot of times it does begin in the home, but we have to make it a priority.
It does, and we really need a belt and suspenders approach. So the belt is at home, suspenders at school, and with parents, it is, you know, that's everything, and it's about modeling. You know, we need to role play, model good behavior. That means we need to be nice to each other, nice to our spouse, nice to our kids, to the flight attendant, to the waiters, to basically everyone, to model that good behavior.
If somebody does want this program in their school, I would love for this program to be in my kid's school. How do we go about doing that?
Yeah, on my website at utmb.edu/CVP, and that's Center for Violence Prevention, and we'll have information there and contact details, and we'd love to partner with schools. It's efficient, cheap, and works.
Yeah, well, it certainly sounds like it. Thank you for being in and being a positive force right here in our community.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.